Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're coming from. You're welcome to another edition with uh, Richard N. And today we are talking about web design, and this is still your favorite fast giddy tutorials. And right now, we want to go into the web design series properly. This is where we're going to start developing the website. We're going to be doing a lot of things. So I encourage you to pay attention as we will start demonstrations shortly. So now, in the previous video, we made a bit of theoretical stuff that could help you understand what we're about to start doing. So if you've not really seen that video, I suggest you should go back and try to get your hands on it. It's just a few minutes video that can tell you things about the importance of learning this skill and the benefit for your business, and also telling you about the things that we're going to need to build a website. So right now, we're going to start the website design properly. So normally, we are going to buy a domain and we're going to get a host and so on and so forth. So that's going to be the aim of this video. So first of all, let us begin with, let me introduce you to a service called Infinityfree. Infinityfree is a hosting service that has been able to allow you have some free space to build your website and start seeing how the stuff looks like. So I'm going to go to Infinityfree, and this is where I am at the moment. So when you're at Infinityfree, you can see that they actually allow you to have free hosting, and they can also allow you to have the premium hosting, like you can see here. You have the premium hosting and so on and so forth. So this is just all they do here. You have the free, the you know, you have the free hosting, and you also have their website builder and so on and so forth. But today, because we're here today, we're going to just make use of their free web hosting feature, which I'm suggesting is aimed at helping newbies learn how the platform works. So Infinity Free is a hosting company. We already know what the hosting service is from the previous video. So if you don't have the video, I encourage you to go and watch it so you can be able to learn what a hosting is. So this is a free hosting company that allows you to buy a hosting server and be able to build your site with it. So we are here already. So the first thing you want to do is you want to sign up, and we can do that by clicking either here for to register or here as well. But if you already have an account, you can just log in. But for me, I have no account, so I need to click on register, and you can see that it is running. So the next I want to do is I want to click on sign up with Google. So I'm going to click on that. And here at this point, I need to select the account I wish to use for my, Infinity Free profile. So I'm going to select on this one. And now that I've done that, I need to continue to confirm that that is the account I wish to use and work with. So now we are here. You can see that it says hosting accounts, right? Now we do not have any account here yet, and it's asking us to create. Now you can see that here we have where it says create your first account now. So I can click here where it says no account yet, create your first account now, or I can simply go back here to click on create now, right? So let me click on create now. You need to close these ads and so on and so forth. So here we actually supposed to choose our hosting plan. Okay, so let me show you what a hosting plan looks like in other registrar. So if I should go to Namecheap now, you see that Namecheap has a lot of hosting plans, and I just want you guys to see. So let me go to shared hosting so you can see how much it costs to host. You can see that here we have Namecheap Stellar, we have Namecheap Stellar Plus, we have Namecheap Stellar Business. So you can see this is all it costs. It costs about $2 for the month if you are choosing the Namecheap Stellar, and if you're going for the Namecheap Stellar Plus, you'll be paying almost $3 per month. And if you're going for the Stellar Business package of Namecheap hosting or Namecheap shared hosting, you'll be paying about $5, you know, per month. And all this you pay for the year, which means that if you are to pay for the year for Stellar, you pay about $23. And if you're going for Stellar Plus, you pay about $35. And if you are to go for the Stellar Business, you'll be paying about $59 and thereabout. And then at the bottom here, you can see all that is included as you buy these different packages here. So that is it. Then if you also go to other ones, we know we have shared, we have a Namecheap, we have HostGator, we have Inter server, we have so on and so forth, right? So, but for me today, I'm going to focus solely on Infinity Free. So this is where I am now, and because we are starting out new, I'm going to select this Infinity Free. You see this zero package here that says zero forever. I'm going to select on this one. So you see where they say click here. Cool. But before that, let me show you the other part. You see that here we have starter premium, which one which is about $2.50. So here gives you 5 GB of free space and 250 GB of bandwidth. They also give you free domain, and they give you one free email account, and so on and so forth. So you can see this is just all they have here. So for me today, I'm going to use the free one. So I'm going to click on create now under the free tier. So I'm going to click on create now. Okay, now you can see that it's going to come up here, and after a while I need to confirm that I am human. It might not as well come up for your own screen, so if it doesn't come up in your screen, you don't need to feel bad about that. So now I need to click, I need to create my own subdomain. You can see that here they say what about domain are would you like to add. Now the domain is Infinity Free's way of giving us free domain, because actually if we are to buy a domain, let me show you with Namecheap as well. If we are to try to buy a domain, you can see that we have domain search here, and let me go to domain search. Under domain search, you can see that we have different kind of domains. For the .com, if you're a fresh user, you need to pay at least $7 to be able to use the fresh.com domain. So let me type for my stuff. Maybe I'll say we are trying to buy. Let me say cloudmiter.net. Let's see how it will go like. So if I search on this domain now, it's going to cost me a lot of money, maybe about $10 or more. So now Infinity Free is helping us to avoid this by simply giving us a free domain name, or let me also say free subdomain to use and install our website. Don't forget, the essence of this tutorial is to teach you how to build a website. So if you're learning this and you want to go further, you can actually go to Namecheap or still buy the same best or good domain from Infinity Free. So while this one is loading here, you can see that it will show us now. You can see that this is a .net, and it says it's about $12.98. So by the time you pay the fees and everything, you must have spent at least $13 plus. So let me go back here. So right now we are here now, and they're going to give us, a subdomain to use and start working. So what you just have to do is to click on add subdomain. So I'm going to click on add subdomain, and you can see that here now it says enter the initial domain name for your account, right? So I want to enter fast giddy. Okay, so you can see that here we have domain extension here, so we need to set it to whatever we wish to have. So for me, I'm going to use let me use this one. I want to use exo.je. So I'm going to click on this now. Then you see where they say check availability here. I will check on availability here, and I can see that it's actually quite available. So I don't have to be worried about it anymore. So this one actually is free. It's actually cool. We can use it, right? So you can see that we have account password. I need to copy this one out. I'm coming. Because of the fact that you may need to come back to these things later on, you need to save out things. So now I need to copy out my password for this account that they give me here. So I need to put in or specify my username, which they've already given me automatically when I pass this stage. So I need to actually go to click on create account. So I click on this now. Okay, now you can see that here now it says your account. Look at the account here. This is the account ID is being set up, right? So they are setting up the accounts, and when they are done, we are going to be able to actually get stuff from there. So you can see that it can take up to 72 hours for new domains to be accessible everywhere. So right now we've already have our account. This is our domain now. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do now is we want to go to our control panel, which is here. So the control panel is the place or the particular environment where you can be able to actually add up your website and everything you want to do. You can be able to run scripts and all of that. We also have File Manager here. So when you have a free account on Infinity Free, you also get to enjoy File Manager. You also get a free website builder, and you also have script installer. But for today, we are going to work with uh, you know control panel, so that we can be able to do a lot of things for you. So let me go to control panel. I'll click on it. You can see that this right here is our control panel, and it says, hi, this to notify you of change of service, account status changes, offers, and blah blah blah, and email. You say, please click I approve to you said click I approve below to allow us. Alternatively, you continue with no email alert. So I want to say, okay, whenever there's any changes or any offers, it should be able to what, notify me. So I will click on what, approve. Okay, say thanks, the panel will now load. So this is where they are not loading our panel now. So you can see that this is our panel now, and this is how a cPanel looks like. This is just the way cPanel looks like. So this is where our site is going to be built. So the thing I want to use here is called Softaculous App Installer. So I need to come to this Softaculous App Installer here, and I'll make use of it as a very, very useful tool for me to be able to build my site. Now, when you go to Softaculous here, it means that you are going towards installing probably a WordPress or any other script that you might have there. So I'm going to click here now, and then let us see what we have. So I'll click on Softaculous App Installer. Okay. Now I've clicked on it. Now you can see that it is now opened up here. So this is where we can now see the various different kind of frameworks that we can use to be able to build a site with. So you can see that we have WordPress here, we have Joomla, we have Abante, we have PHPDB, we have WH and whatever. So for us today now, we're either going to use a Laravel or we're going to use WordPress. So for me, I will use WordPress, right? So I'll click on install WordPress here. Okay, now we are now here. So I want to click on this one. See, I want to, this one is what you have. This one is your the strong key that you will have when you finish installing. So that means your site is actually very, very encrypted. So I will click on that, and I also need to go down. You can see that when I came here, and I did not add it, I didn't click any other thing here anymore. So you can see that we have site name here. So you can call it, let us call it fast Giddy. Let us call it fast Giddy tutorials. Okay. Then let us say the the best tutorial platform for everyone. That could be our site description. And then here we need to specify the site admin details. So the admin username here is what you're going to be needing to be able to log into your site. So this is it here. So I want to click on this, and I want to use, maybe let me use Dr. Tanwa as my site username. So I need to save it up here. So this is my notepad. I need to save it as my username, or let me say w WordPress username. So as you make everything here, you need to save them, because if not, you might not be able to remember them later on. So this is the password. Now the password will also be needed to be able to log in, right? So let me make it very, very strong. I need to make it at least 100 over 100 strong. So I think I got it now. So I can now save it. Let me try to make sure that I will be able to remember it. So I will say password, then I'll save it here. So I need to save Control S, and I can now say, let me call it a save site. So that is the file name, save site. So now I've been able to specify all I want here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to click on this install here, so that the site can be installed. But before that, you need to specify your admin email. Your admin email is where they're going to notify you if there's anything that goes on in the site or whatever, right? So I need to click on that. But then this thing is SSL. I don't have SSL. I'm not sure they're going to give me free SSL. I need to use the HTTP first of all before anything else. So now you see where we have quick install here. Go down here and click on install at the bottom. So I click on install now. So when you click on install, you need to wait. Okay, you just have to wait so that it can be able to load and install the framework properly. So right now the framework has been installed, and I can tell you that our site is now open. our site is now what has now been installed. So this is what our site will look like on the front end. So let us still go back to our WordPress management. So on the WordPress management now, you can see that we've actually come to see that we have we have already installed a WordPress. This is our WordPress here. So if I want to log in, I need to come to this WordPress manager here, and I'll be able to see it like this. So if you can see that we have login here, so I can click on login now. Let us see. Okay, I can click on login now. When I do that, you can see that I have now entered the different environment where my site is being managed. So you can see that here as well. This is how our site looks like. This is the front end. This is just the front end. This is just how it looks like at the front end. So here at the back end now is where I will not be able to install the theme and all of that. Now let us understand something here. Okay, so this place that we have this, you can see that we have fastgidi.xo.j, right? This one has now become our domain name automatically. Okay, now this part where we are hosting this thing from this from this Infinity Free, this place is now our hosting company. Infinity Free is the one giving us the free the free server to be able to install our site. So now I need to still go back to the back end, which is this my dashboard. We can see that this dashboard here is where we are going to be able to do a lot of things with our site, right? So this is our environment. This is called the WordPress back end environment. You can see that we have a lot of tabs here. This is a home, which is where we are currently, where we are seeing everything as brief as possible. You can see that we have updates. This is where we are going to be seeing if there's any new update that needs to be made on our platform or on our site. We should be able to see them here. Then we have posts. Okay, so the post is where we are going to be able to create new posts and manage our existing posts, delete posts or whatever, right? So like you can see now, we have hello world here. If I go to the front end here, you can see that we have hello world here. If I open this, it will be reading like this, right? So let me go back. So that is for this one here. If I delete it by clicking on this trash here, nothing will be left on the website. So let me refresh. Now you can see that it is gone away. There's nothing here anymore. If you go to your home page, you won't be able to see that post anymore. So I will go back here now, and because I am looking for something different, maybe I want to build a personal kind of website, I need to go to what we call themes. But before we go to themes, let us understand other things here. So you can see that under post here, we have add posts, we have categories, we have tags, right? So these are all used to actually categorize your posts according to what you want to achieve. For instance, if you are trying to write this, if you are trying to manage this maybe for a news agency, you are going to have political news, you're going to have business news, you're going to have biography, you're going to have editorials, you're going to have maybe tech news. So these are all different kind of categories. So these form pillars under which news are being categorized. So if you're going to go to the categories for news, it means that you want to talk about everything that concerns news. If you go to the tech category, it means that you're talking about everything that concerns tech, like that. So if you go to the politics category, it means that there you want to post everything that concerns politics. So in a few minutes to come, I'll be able to show you guys how this can be done. So you also have the tag here. Okay, so you said that you use categories or you can use tag. Okay, but just know that they work hand in hand. Okay, now we have media. The media aspect of WordPress is the part of WordPress that allows you to add, delete, manage your images and every other kind of media. Maybe whether you have videos, whether you have pictures, whether you have graphics, and so on and so forth, you can manage them under this media tab here. And yes, so right now we have talked about this one. Maybe in consequent time, we're going to be able to upload a picture so you can see how it works. For instance, if I want to upload a picture or a media file here, I need to come to this media. You can see that we have add media file. I'll click on this add media file. You can see that here now it says drop files to upload or select files. So I'll click on this select files, and this will take me back to my system. And on my system here, I'll have these images here. Let me take this one and this one and this one also. I can now click on open to upload them. You can see that they are loading here and they are being properly added. So if I go back to my library now, I'll be able to see all the images that I just added, and you can see that we have the images here. So maybe you also have audio files you wish to add, and so on and so forth. You have videos, you can be able to add them using the media manager here. So what about the pages? So this one is a part that allows us to actually add pages. So of course, you know what pages are now. We did WordPress, we did the website pages when we were doing HubSpot, right? So this one actually is for us to also be able to add pages. You know that time when you go to a website and you've seen, let me go to another website, let me go to LinkedIn. Oh no, let me just go to jumia.com.ng. So on this Jumia site now, you can see that here we have different pages here. If you go to the bottom, let me show you website pages at the bottom. So this is the bottom. You can see that we have about us page. If I click on this now, it will be Jumia telling you about them, and so on and so forth. So if I go to privacy notice, it will be Jumia telling you more about their privacy policy and all of that. So these are all pages, right? So right here as well, we can be able to do the same thing. I will start by going to add page. Okay, when I go to add page, I can now be able to show you how to create a page on WordPress. So right here, I want to add just contact us. Let me just add, oh, what is this? Okay, let me just add contact us. And here I can be able to add, let me just add something like text here. Let me just add, let me just add a small text. Let me just add text. Okay. Let me just add something. Say here we have our contact details. If you ever wish to communicate, okay, with us, feel free to reach us with the details below. Then you can now come down here and then put your details, maybe your phone number, maybe your email address or whatever, right? So when you're done, click on publish. You click on publish, that page has been automatically made visible to the world. So now if I click on this view page, you can see that that page actually has come here to be. And in our site, we now have a URL called fastgiddy.so.ge/contact us. So I hope this is clear. Now, let me still go back and do one or two more things. So we need to go back to our environment. This is our environment now. This is the backend. So we've just created our contact us page. We can also add another page called about us page. I'll call it about us. Oh, don't give me this one again. Okay, so I need to call it about us, right? So I'll click on this and I'll click on publish again, and you can see that when I come down to my page here, you can see that we have about us there. It was automatically added to the front here, so we don't need to touch anything again. So everything here has been added for us. So let me still go back to our backend. So now we have now done this. Now we've not be, we now know how to be able to add posts. We don't know how to be able to add pages on a WordPress website, and so on and so forth. So what about the post parts? How do we add posts on WordPress, right? But before we want to add posts, let me quickly go to plugins here and then show you guys what plugins are. So plugins are like extra tools that help us to achieve things that WordPress could not automatically do on its own, right? So for instance, here on this WordPress now, we cannot be able to let me say we cannot be able to integrate, we cannot be able to, like, let me say, read the PDF files. Okay, but if I add a PDF reader now to be able to start functioning, but that is because the PDF reader I'm going to add now is going to be a, let me call it an or a plugin. Okay, so plugins are extra tools that is needed to bring in more advanced, stuffs on board in the WordPress environment. So now let me go to add plugin. I'll click on this add plugin. Okay, I want to add a plugin that can allow me to type very well without stress, right? So we call it classic editor. So you can see that we have classic editor here. Now this is plugins, right? So this is the archive or the repository of all the plugins that are on WordPress. If you want to look for anyone, you could just use the search here to look for it Okay, but because you guys are new, you might not know you might not actually know which plugin to use, right? So let me go here and I'll type classic editor so you can see how it is done. Okay, so if I type classic now, it's going to search for this on its own. So you can see that it has actually brought it out here. So because I need this plugin, what I need to do is to click on install now. Okay, I'll click on install now. Okay, when I finish installing it now, it will finish it, and then I need to still activate it one more time. So you can see that we have activate here. Click on activate. Okay, now that we have done this now, it is now ready for proper use. So if I go back to my post now to show you guys how to add post, yeah, I cannot be able to add post correctly. So look at how to add post. Let me click on add post. And the first thing you see here now, it says add a title. So in other words, that thing that you want to post, what do you want it to be called? Okay, for instance, if you want to post maybe how to, maybe uh, uh, adopt, how to adopt acuity scheduling for my business. You can do that from here now. So this will now become the title of the post. Then we now have this part below is called the body of the post. Okay, the part below is called the body of the post. So this is where you now go further to describe how to adopt this thing. So maybe you want to say, okay, click here, do this one and all of that. So you can now be able to add those details. Now you can maybe start by saying acuity scheduling is one of the most respected appointment scheduling tool out there, and so on and so forth, right? So when you're done, what do? You can now see where we talk about category here. You see that here now we have category here. Okay, I can be able to add a new category. Let me call it IT tools. Okay, I will click on what now? Click on add category. All right. Now this tag here, I can use it to specify that I'm talking about acuity, right? So I can come here and I'll add acuity scheduling, and I'll click on add here. Okay, so now I want to add picture. How do I now bring picture in? You can see that in here now, I can be able to add picture into this post. So I can click here, hit my enter. You can see where we have add media here. Click on this add media now. First of all, it will show me this two spaces here. If I wanted to add media that is in my system, I'll click on this media library here, because here I already have some media that is there. But maybe sometimes the media I have is not what I want to use. What will I do? I'll go to my upload files. Okay, then I'll now be able to bring in the media that I have in my system into my WordPress environment. So I'll click on what? Click on select files, and here I want to bring in this particular uh, picture here. That can also, okay, open. Now you wait for it to load. Okay, once it is downloading, your next stop is to what? Is to click on insert into post. You can see it here now. I can make it bigger or make it smaller or whatever I want to do. I can make it like this. I can now say, okay, updates. You can see that we now have this picture in here, right? So what do we now do now? I can now decide to say, okay, publish. When you make publish, your post now becomes live publicly. So if I click on this view post here, anyone around the world can be able to see the post. If I share the post in our WhatsApp group or any other of our group, all of you can be able to view this post. So this is just how this stuff here works. So you can see that we were able to create a post here, we're able to add it to a particular category, and we're able to specify the tag for this particular post, right? So I think with this now, we need to understand how to add posts, categories, and tags, right? We've also talked about media. We've talked about pages as well. So what about comments? Okay, the comment aspect of this is the part that allows us to be able to see what people are commenting, because when people read your post like this, they are going to react, right? So maybe here I say, oh, I see this is a very important tool for my business, right? So let me post this now. So when I post this now, you just assume that I am now a random reader in your site now. So when you come back to your WordPress environment now, as the owner of this site, when you read your stuff, you'll be seeing that you have a comment from here, right? So the comment tab of WordPress allow you to see all existing comments from your audience. Now we have appearance. The appearance part of WordPress is where we now talk about the theme. In other words, that part of our initial video where we talked about the theme being like the interior decorator, this is where we now need to practicalize and see how that one works. So we are now under the appearance now. So to change the way your site appears to the public, you need to come to the appearance tab of your WordPress system. Okay, so now that we are here now, we can now say, okay, add a theme, because we are saying that the way this site looks like now, we are saying that it is too basic. We need something that looks more unique. We need something more interesting, right? So that is why we are here. So how can we now bring in a new look? That is by going to the theme. You can see that here we have themes, and currently we have 3 themes already installed here, but we don't like any of this. What do? We go to where they say add theme, click on it. Okay, so we are now on the add theme now. Consider we have different stuffs here. We have a lot of different themes here, but the one that I want to work with is I want to work with Astra. See Astra here. I need to click on install because I love this one. I love the way it looks. It looks unique, and I feel like it's going to be okay for my business, right? So I click on install. So you can see that we have activate here again. Anything you install in WordPress, you must be ready to activate it. So I'll click on activate. Okay, now you can see that Astra has been activated now. It has been activated, right? So the next thing now is that I want to view my site and see what it looks like. You see where they say new team activated, visit site. You can right click on this one, then click on view in a new tab, and then see what your site looks like. Okay, so this is what my site looks like at the moment. I think it's a bit nice, but I want to change that. So this is where we now need to start doing the work of an interior decorator, right? So now to design this site now, I need to go to you see my design here? Go to my design. Okay, I'm now in my design now. This is my design, and in this part now I will need to do a lot much more than just installing the WordPress theme and so on and so forth. So just follow me, guys. So here now there is nothing really much to talk about or do here. I need to go back to my main site so I can be able to do my thing from there. So here we have Astra. I can go to my Astra dashboard, which is dashboard. Okay, as you click, just allow it to do its thing, allow it to load. That's don't deny it that moment of fun. Let it have fun as well, right? So now the site has now loaded correctly. The next thing to do here now is to decide what we want our site to look like. But this most times will actually depend on the kind of site that we are building, right? So you can see that we have welcome here, we have settings, we have starter templates here. So the starter templates here allow you to choose what you want your site to look like. So let me say I want to actually get to see the things I want to use, right? So I can say go towards start building now. Okay, so that I can be able to use I can be able to set up and use the starter templates. Let me go to activated now and see. Okay, so let's see if we can be able to see anything that will match what we are looking for, right? Huh. So by the time we are done using this Astra now, our site will have a different look. It will look like the Bioko. Okay, it will no longer be looking like this Agbaya here. Okay, because this one right now is the Agbaya look. So by the time this one now is a slay queen look. By the time we are done, it will look like like a proper bride or princess. Okay, so let us go back into our backend. This our backend here is still loading. Okay, it's still very much loading. We are going to wait for it to load correctly before we can be able to do anything. Okay. Okay. Now our site has loaded successfully from the back end. So now what we want to do here is that we want to go to see where they say how would you like to build your website, right? We don't want to go to this AI website builder. This one will be for you if you are a little bit advanced, because we have what we want to build in mind. We'll go to classic starter templates. Then we'll click on build with templates. Okay. So here now we need to click on Elementor, click on it, and we can now start our thing properly. Oh, I'm sorry. So I need to go to get started. I think I made a mistake here. I clicked on something I'm not supposed to click. That's why it took me back a bit. Okay, so we just need to be patient one more time. Okay, so right now we are back here again, and like I said before, we just need to click on this build with templates, and we need to click on Elementor, and then we just wait. Okay, so depending on what you want to build, if you want to build a personal website, you can see the categories that we have here, right? So you can see that we have maybe you want to do for a business, maybe you have a restaurant, you have a hotel, you have a construction, you have real estate business, transportation, manufacturing. You can be able to see what will help you here. You can be able to see a design that will be perfect for your business. So let me assume that you want to go for agency. I click on the agency category here, and you should be able to see different kind of agency uh, designs here. So WordPress allows us to pick anyone here and then drag and drop to make it look perfect for us, right? So what about if it was maybe a personal site like your portfolio? You can start with have portfolio here. Let me click on portfolio now so you can see how it looks like. Can you see now here? This is a typical portfolio website template. So let me assume that I want to pick this one. This one is a personal portfolio. Maybe we have Illustrator portfolio here, but this one is premium. Anyone that has premium here is not free for your use. You just tell me you need to pay first to use them. So you need to look for those that are not having premium on them and use them. So for me today, I'm going to let me use let me see what I can use here. Let me see if I can pick the first one. I think I'm in love with this one. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, and when I'm clicking on it now, I'll be able to see or preview what it looks like, just like we did it on what on HubSpot, right? So here now I cannot be able to see what it looks like, and you can see that we have continue. See that we have continue here. I just need to click on continue, and you can see that here now it is asking me what things I need to be added to the site. Okay, so for me now I will say everything here I will just leave it as it is. I don't want to touch anything too difficult here. So I'll just click on click on skip this step, or just click on continue, right? And then you can now be able to, like, see where they say tell us a bit about yourself. I can say, okay, the name is let me say the name is Otanwa Ozigbo. Okay, then now they say I am a what? Maybe let me just say I am a beginner and I'm building the website for myself, right? And I can click on this, I understand. And also, okay, submit and build my website. So now you submit and your site will start building slowly. At this point, you just need to wait it out. Okay, just sit back and relax, let it load the 100%. You can see that it's still at 30%. By the time we return it to be 100%, then we can now continue. All right, we are back again. So you can see that here now, our website installation is now ready. So if we are to go now and check out our website, let me check how it looks like. If I check the website now, you see that the website actually has started looking different. Okay, let me show you guys now. You can see that the site now looks like what we selected earlier. So this is how our website is now looking like. Good. So here now, we see we have clicked on this view my website. We can now say finish setup. Click on this finish setup here, and let us see what your website will be able to look like at the end of the day. Okay. So right here now, we are returning back to our main dashboard, or our main back end here, where we can now be able to, do a lot of setup to make sure that this place here does not look like this person. This person is not us, it's not me, it's, just a dummy content that came with the theme, or the template that that we picked, right? So now we have to change it and make it look like our face, right? So that's why we are here now. So here, you see, consider here now we are here, and say review email, all of that. I don't need any of this, right? So what will I do? I could just say, okay, search engine visibility, maybe mark as completed and all of that. Just do all these things, and let me say design here, customize style, blah blah blah. Can click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this, and then you'll be fine, right? So after this now, I think we have not done with our setup. Let us close this one up. Just close it up. We don't need it anymore, and we are good. So the next thing we want to do now is we want to look at each of these pages here. This is a home page. This is the About Us page. Okay, like I said before, WordPress is a framework that allows us to actually just drag and drop and will be good, right? You can see that we have our portfolio here. This is our portfolio. We can be able to do a lot of things from here, maybe change it, maybe add what applies to us and all of that. So we can now go to the contact here and be able to add how a customer can be able to, contact us directly. So for that now, I need to go back to my, to my back end. This is our back end here. And for those pages, I need to go to my pages. This is my pages here. Go to all pages. Okay, you can see that this is where we are. So when you click on home here, if you click on this view here, if you click on the view, you can see that it's going to look like it is at the front. Look at, see the view here. Now this is what it looks like. So from here now we can be able to actually modify it to look exactly like us. In other words, this person that is here, we need to change it. This person that is saying I'm a web developer here, we also need to remove this writing. Maybe if we're maybe tech support or IT support or lead generation expert, we need to change this one to reflect our current stuff. Then these ones are just dummy content. We need to change everything here to match our profile, right? So to edit it now, what do? We come back in here under the home here. I want to edit the home. We need to go to edit. Okay, go to edit now, and in this edit now you cannot be able to change what your site looks like. So I'll go to, this is my edit page. You see where they say edit with Elementor. I will click on it again. Okay, and I click on it now. I can now be able to do whatever I want to do with the site. So here now we're going to allow it to actually allow us to do what we want to do. So we need to wait some time so I can be able to load successfully, and then we can start editing it. So you can see that WordPress actually makes it easy for us to just drag and drop. Just a few clicks and we already have a website. In fact, we didn't need to code anything. I've never written any code ever since I came here. It's just simple and straightforward. So this is just how it is. Let us give it some time so they can be able to load successfully. Okay, now we are here. The page has loaded successfully and we can now start editing it, right? So you can see that here now, this is what the lady looks like and this is what they are saying that we're doing. So for me as a person, Dr. Tanwa is I think I'm an automation expert. Let me say I'm a web developer, Natalie E. Let me say I am an automation, let me say workflow automation expert. Let me say workflow automation experts. Okay, then it says I am Anne. I think something is wrong there. Okay, let's try this again. So you say I am, you can start with your name. I can say okay, i am I am Richard. Okay, okay, a what, a workflow automation expert, right? Then here I can remove this one here. I don't need this one. Okay, good. You can see that the thing now looks well, right? Let me click on this add workflow there. Okay, so you can see that here is just a dummy content and here can be able to change here. When you want to change it now, you need to highlight everything or just click on this pen here. Then by the extreme left, you see that we have the content. You can change it. It's okay. Okay, I believe in helping businesses make a lot of processes easier, okay, especially the most boring ones. So you can see that we've changed that now. So this is just what you need to do when it comes to designing your websites. Okay, so we are done with this. Now you can see that we have this one here. We have this one here, which is an image. So I can change this image as well, right? I can change it. So this is the image right here, and you can see that this is the what the image currently looks like. So I can change by clicking on this place here. You can see that we have choose image here. You can see that we have choose image. Click on the choose image. Okay, then you can now be able to actually upload another image. Maybe I want to use a different, maybe this is my face. I can put this one in there and I will say okay, select. You see that now? Cool. Now you can see that we have a button here which says learn more. So maybe this learn more can take us to where we have written out maybe to our portfolio page and so on and so forth. Right? So, but we're not done with this now. When we are finished, we'll come back to it and then set it up correctly. Okay. What about us? This is about me. You can change it to maybe about Richard N. Maybe whatever your name is, you can put that one in there. Then come down here, change this one as well. You can call it it's okay. Learn more about your next automation expert, comma, Richard. Okay, you can see that here now we are giving them an idea of who we are and so on and so forth, right? Now you can see that here we can actually come and put a little bit about ourselves here. So developing with a passion while exploring the world and all of that. So whatever you feel like you can add here, you can just add that one there. Then under this part, you can be able to add the services you are providing. You can say, okay, let me change here to something, and let me change here to below is a list of services I offer. Okay, remember, let me change this correctly. Remember to reach out before you book our service. Okay, now you can now come here and whatever you know that you're offering, maybe you come here, maybe you are offering here, you say US design. If you're offering maybe lead generation, you can add that one here. Maybe here you are offering let me say here I'm offering maybe uh, digital marketing. You can write that one here as well. Then here maybe you are offering let me say appointment scheduling. Okay, you can add this one as well. Then you can now add more details here at the bottom. Just click on the pen here and then change the details. Okay, let me change here. Say let me be your expert B2B B2B lead generation expert. B2B lead generation experts. Okay, from okay, let me say with over 5 years of experience in this, my leads are known to convert very exceptionally. Okay, like this. So yours is just to come down here, add what you feel like is going to relate to what you are doing, and so on and so forth. So by the time you are done now, you can simply come down here and then be able to add more things. You can be able to add your portfolio here. Maybe you've been doing your things, our projects on all this that we're doing in the projects, automation and all of that. You can be able to add them up here. And then when you are done, okay, you can just say, okay, publish. But I think I'm not done. I can still go back. You can see that we have copyrights here, which will have your name. But here we can still be able to add your email here. You can have your email here. And this one are okay. So when you are done and you feel like you are good, you can say, okay, publish. When you click publish, if you refresh the page or you view the front end, the thing has changed. It's no longer going to be looking with that lady that was there before. It will be looking different. Your face will take over this space. Okay, so let me go now and show you what it looks like on the front end. So I will click on this. Let me go to this place. I'll click on, let me close this one, come in. Okay, so you can see what it looks like at the front end. Okay, so let me copy it. Let me copy the domain name. I'll come in here and I'll paste it. So you can see what it looks like. So this is what the front looks like. This is what the front looks like. You can see that here now we have I am Richard, a workflow automation expert, and this is likely my face. You can see we have about Richard. You can see we have what services I'm providing. You can see that we even talked about lead generation here and all of that, right? So this is just the first page now. Now, let us go back and do one more because I feel like you guys should be able to know this and know it to heart so that when you see it anywhere else, you can be able to actually do it professionally, just like a pro, right? So I'll go back to my pages one more time because that is where everything I'm doing here is located. I need to modify things here, right? So let me go to let me go to contact us. I'll go to edit this one, or let me just click on edit with Elementor. Okay, edit with Elementor. Let us see. So you can be able to edit the page, right? Now you just need to wait for it to load properly, and then you can start doing your editing work. So WordPress allows us to actually manage our site without without any form of coding. Okay, you just need to click. You see what you're clicking, and then you change the details to match what you want to put in there. Okay, so it's still loading. We need to come back here later on, but before that, let me quickly go back to the home page here and see what it looks like. So I need to go back here, go back to the home, to the dashboard. Okay, it's loading now. So now we are here now. This is our contact page. So the contact page of your website allows you to, to tell the people how you wish to be contacted, right? Cool. So you can see that we have, this could be our company, contact details here. You can see that we have all this here. This is where you are living. Maybe you're located in a particular city in the UK, and then how they are going to get to you, right? Those kind of stuff. So this is just how this whole thing here is going to be like. It, like I said before, web design is not really that much of a difficult thing. Any page you wish to edit here, you can come and edit it here. Then you can see that we have our portfolio here. Let me edit the portfolio. You can see how to edit it now. So let me click on this edit here, and let us now see how to edit the portfolio. So, like the portfolio that you need here is all that you've been doing during our course of training, during our course of stuff here. So we did make.com automation, we did Zapier automation, we did web design on HubSpot. We did set up fresh desk and even put article pages on there. And we did a lot of things. We generated leads, we using Apollo and so on and so forth. So yours is just to come here and specify what you want your potential hiring manager to see that you're able to do. So maybe here now you can put something that that, okay, maybe you got a picture from your from your lead generation. You can add it here. Just click on this place here, this pen. You can see here that we have it here. Click on this place now to change the picture. You can see that we have another one here. Let me click on this to change picture. So maybe you have your pictures in your laptop. Click on upload pictures. Go to where the pictures are located. If they're in your desktop, you can bring them up. See them on now. Bring this one up, and I'll just put it there. So that could be your screenshot from your lead generation tools, your screenshot from what we've been doing so far. The first time I say you guys should do projects, and some of you were feeling somehow. So you can see that I just put in my own now. Okay, so maybe you screenshot where you were generating leads, where you were managing projects on money.com, or assigning tasks on Apollo. So sorry, it's not Apollo, assigning tasks on maybe on Slack, or assigning tasks on Trello, and so on and so forth, right? Or maybe when you did the automation with all these project tools, you can be able to attach all these things here. And when you're done, click on publish. Okay, so this will now become your website address. Let me go back home. You can see that here we have visit site. Once you click on this visit site here, you'll be able to see your website, uh, you know, homepage. Okay, so this is your homepage, and if you come to this about us here, you'll be able to see a little bit about yourself. You can be able to edit this one on your own and change whatever details you have here. You can change all these things that you have here to reflect what you're doing. Maybe you put, maybe like you'll be putting appointment setting, maybe email marketing, maybe let me say lead generation, email management, and so on and so forth, right? So if you go to your contacts here, they should be able to see the various ways to get to you, and maybe probably send you a letter, and then your portfolio will now be able to show a little bit about what you've been doing. You can see that the one I put there now is still here. So you can be able to put more here, and so on and so forth. So this is just a brief and simplistic. In fact, this is the most simplest form of building a website, and we are hereby saying thanks to Infinityfree for giving us this free access to use their platform to be able to host this page. We also saying a very big thanks to Digital Witch community who made this tutorial very possible, and we also encouraging you to keep a date with Fastly tutorials, as we are going to keep giving you more and more content. Remember, this was specially sponsored by Cloud Meter Technologies, your best, your best DevOps service provider in Nigeria and the world around. So I will see in another picture. There's nothing much here to do anymore. Just keep learning. If you have any question about what we've done so far, you can drop it in the comments and I'll be very, very glad to respond to you. So I'll see you in the next guy. I will see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye bye.